friends. Today we're outside because we're going to play with bubbles. And Lily and I are going to show you how to do it with the different age children. You will find the correct handouts, hopefully, in your packets for this week. So first, we'll start with the babies. If you have a baby, the suggestion is you start with a towel so that it doesn't get all over your bed or your floor or wherever else you're playing with the baby. And you put the baby, and then you're simply going to blow bubbles for the baby. Now it's just like the other tracking things that we've done, but the bubbles go everywhere. You might not want to have the baby swaddled, so that way the baby can reach up and hit the bubbles. So that activity can go anywhere from birth to about 6 months old, or even older. When they're older than that, you can have them just sit up and you can show them the bubbles and blow the bubbles for them, and they can chase bubbles. Watching and popping, and just talk to her about it. Now, if your baby's a little older, the trick is we want the child to start blowing bubbles. Because, Lily, what does your mouth do when you blow bubbles? That's right. And Lily, you've gone to lots of speech therapy in your life. Do you remember blowing bubbles when you were little?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? You did. She did. Because that motion with your lips is so important for speech. And it gives you an opportunity to get children to say pop and jump and bubble. Or if you're trying to get them to say some other things, or maybe they're having trouble working a toy and don't want to keep working on those fine motor skills, you can say, okay, I'll blow a bubble when you do that. And they'll chase the bubble. It's also a fun way just to interact with them outside. Let them run around. Now, at that age, and then if your child is 3 or older, you might see that we've also given you some pipe cleaners. Now, you can make your own bubble wand with a pipe cleaner. Look, I just twisted a circle on the end, kind of like an egg dipper, right? And I can just use a regular bowl or even a little children's plate and pour some of my bubble solution on it. And then dip. Oh, that one popped. Oh, that's popped again. She's got a smaller one. Is that gonna work? Okay, mine keeps popping. Did you get it to work? This also has instructions for you. If you run out of bubble magic and bubble fun, you use a 1/4 cup of Dawn or Joy, one of those dishwashing solutions, 8 cups of water, and a tablespoon of corn syrup. And that's it. And then you can pour it. So you want to make a soapy solution that doesn't have suds. So that way you can keep making bubbles. This is not working quite as well as we had hoped.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing you might have, especially if you're even older, if you're like preschool age, we might have given you this paper that says Bubbleology. And your goal with your kids is to say, hey, let's compare some different bubble wands. So they have some different, oh, did y'all see how big that one was? That was so big.
And I still have mine.
Oh,
I did it.
So that gives you bigger ones. Now you can pour your bubble solution. So here's another one that they suggest. Taking a couple of straws. So we've given you some big straws. And I'm gonna dip all 3 straws at the same time. Did that work? I don't know.
No, I didn't. I could have.
It's not working. Lily thinks she could do it. Here, Lily, here's 3 for you. So, trying to make bubbles in all different shapes. Now, if you have a few dollars and want an easier way to do this, I did see at Walgreens a box of all different bubble shape blowers that you could do. to see which ones work the best. Like here's a heart one. I wonder if that'll work. So I see my bubble solution in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I popped it on myself. Whoa, did y'all see that?
I did it on my first try.
Okay, Lily is much better at this than I
Yeah,
am.
I'm
And
a-
that's why I have a towel too, because it's dripping on me. But you know, even the basic blowing of bubbles, it's also really good as a calm down tool. Let's say your child just needs to take a break. Well, in order to blow a bubble, you have to be calm and patient, don't you? You have to regulate your breath, and you have to just breathe slowly and gently. And you'll see that on one of the handouts. Whoa, that one was good. Like, believe it or not, blowing bubbles is right there on the picture. It can help you. Whoa. And we might end up talking about some stuff at one of our visits that might cause you to feel a little uneasy. And so it's a good way to breathe in and breathe out. And if you can breathe out and blow a bubble, then you're breathing out correctly. And this is just another fun way that you can play outdoors, right? You want to take your time. Children have so much time. You might get bored playing with bubbles. Now, the other thing you might want to do with the bubbles too is that child might really want to hold that bubble container. But you and I both know that if we let our 2-year-old hold the bubble container, it will get spilled very quickly. Oh, just one at a time. Okay. My suggestion is I hold the bubble container and you can come and dip it. So then they can run with their wand and they can go all over and they can make bubbles, but I'm holding the container. Some parents like those automatic bubble makers where the bubbles just spew everywhere, which is a lot of fun. But remember, it's helpful for the kids to blow as well and to learn. Whoa, those are perfect. And to learn those little bitty blowing. Dress for the weather. If it's wet, if it's cold, if it's hot, put that sunscreen on those babies. And keep a close eye on your kids. If you're outside by a street, you can hear the street behind me. You want to keep a close eye on them. But share that experience. Don't sit outside on your phone. My phone's inside right now. We're blowing bubbles out here and just having fun. Be in the moment. It's one of those things that we call a shared experience. So yes, your child can run and play, and then at that point you could check your phone for just a minute if it rings, but you want to have your eyes on them and you want to have shared attention so that way you can say, whoa, Lily, look at that bubble. Here's another trick too. If you really want to get into messy play, you take the bubble goo and you spread it on your hands.
You can get like bubbles through your fingers.
Okay, Lily, blow me a bubble. I'm going to try to catch Lily's bubble. One last thing. Okay, so now I've got it on my hands. I caught her bubble. Isn't that fun? Bubbles can be so much fun. All right, well, you guys have fun playing with bubbles, and I'll see you at our visit.